The next concept we're going to talk about is the hips and how the hips are the source of power. The hips drive the hands when it comes to hand contact within the tip of the spear system. It's all hand stuff, but we are generating our force from the hips. So you're going to hear us talk about hips driving the hands and not driving our feet. In football, we've all heard this. I've heard this when I played. Drive your feet, drive your feet. The problem with driving your feet is you disable your hips. When I take a big step forward, now my hips aren't able to uncoil. I'm kind of operating at a compromised base, okay? So the problem with that is, now that I've got half a base, I can get thrown, torqued, etc. At the higher levels of football, it's really the first guy that takes that greedy, long step loses. That's the case. And you'll see that even at the youth and high school levels. So we want to show that the hips drive the process and really the feet just catch up. For example, this is a good drill you can do with your players just to teach them this premise. So Xavier is going to put his hands on my shoulders, going to give me his body weight. I'm in a good coil position. I'm going to bring my hips through. He moves, then my feet follow. Okay, it's very important that we don't take those steps. And this is what I'm talking about. If I'm in this position here, maybe I'm in a position where I've got engaged with an opponent, and I try to take that step, it's real easy for the other guy to throw me. And so we don't want to think about driving our feet at all. You know, some of us, we've seen guys pushing cars, pushing trucks. Bad idea. We're not pushing trucks. We're not pushing cars. We're lifting people. The goal to move another man or to control another man with the hands is really to alter the angle of the spine, to get his momentum or his body's angle from a tilt to vertical. So you're not pushing. And so again, you'll see guys pushing cars and things. That's driving the feet. That's really a way to develop the wrong movement patterns. And it's a compromise to your base, ultimately to your performance. And it does lead to head contact, because if I'm striking forward, it's usually because I don't have my hips in front. So if you watch this process right now, Xavier is going to put his weight on me, okay? And I'm in this coil position, and the first movement is my hips. So I'm going to bring my hips, he moves, then my feet close. It's very important. When you take a long step, it compromises everything. It disables the hips, and ultimately it disables your base. It puts your base in a compromised position, so your stability is gone, and it puts you in a position where you can get thrown or shed, or you're out of control. So if you guys have ever run out of toilet paper at home, which I know you have, I think everyone can agree to that. What do? Right? You got to go to the next restroom. You don't take the big steps. You definitely don't do that, right? You want to take very tight steps. Just kind of like imagine having your pants around your ankles. That's exactly how you want to close. The hips make the movement possible. The movement, the feet follow. The feet come tight. That's why we talk about foot fire and closure and maintaining a parallel base with everything square.